What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rusty Buckets, back with another video. I know it's been like a long time, right? Like over a year, but I got to show y'all everything that I got. You know, got some new pickups, took away a couple, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's like early morning right now, 8 a.m. Birds are chirping. Mid-June, late June. It's actually early July. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's like real early July, not the 4th yet, but as time's been passing. That's just a little sneak peek. You know, you get the dog. Still got the limo. Things under a cover. This isn't part of the video. This isn't the point of the video. So we're not gonna take this out of the cover. We're gonna leave that in there. But yeah, a lot of changes been happening. New cars, old cars gone, and new house. I got this carport now. Still ain't got a garage, you know, who cares? Doesn't matter. Who needs a garage? You know what I mean? Like, the cars aren't that nice. They're still rusty buckets, all right? The buckets got a little less rusty, so I didn't know if I should post them. You know what I mean? It doesn't really fit the channel and the page and all that, but they're still rusty. They got their problems, this and that, you know what I mean? They're nice. They're like 10, 20 foot vehicles, you know what I mean? You look at these cars, these vehicles from like 20 feet away, and you're like, oh, you know, that's fire, like that's gas right there. But you get closer, you know, they're still rusty buckets, you know what I mean? Upgrades for me, so I'm happy about that for sure. But yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Without further ado, give you guys a Honda Accord. So this is a 2009 Honda Accord, the 2-door. So this thing, you know, you do the 20-foot test on this thing, and dude, it's passing with flying colors. Let me get it to focus. Sorry guys. Ooh, I can't even show you what's on the other side of that. But yeah, this thing, you know, it's got a lot of miles, so not very much rust per se, but I think we're literally about to hit 200K. But it's a Honda, you know. All I gotta do is keep driving it, change the oil. Let me see what we're at. 199,923. That's crazy. Might be a lot of things on the dash. Actually, not really. Nope. No check engine light on this thing, but everything else still has a check engine light on it, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, this thing ain't bad. This was a steal, actually. You guys wouldn't even believe I picked this thing up for $1,000, but there were some major things wrong with it. Not really major, actually, because it runs and drives. Like, I didn't have to do anything to it like that, but this thing had gotten into a minor accident. So let me show you guys. This seat cover is over this because that airbag got deployed. Okay, and that's not the only airbag that got deployed. This one in the A-pillar also got deployed. And instead of gluing the roof up like I could have done, you know, I just stapled it. You know, who cares? You paid $1,000, you know? Who cares about doing things the right way, right? I mean, there's still that. You know, I could put another piece of fabric over there, whatever you want to call it, but, you know, I haven't put $100 into this thing. I mean, besides plating it, I haven't put any money into this thing. It's still bone stock radio, dude. What even is that? You know what I mean? Like, I've looked into the aftermarket radios. Pop it up right here. You know, they're only like $100, but am I gonna do that? Paid $1,000 for this thing, dude. You see how this thing looks? Just on the outside, though. And you know, it has its things. Like, definitely, it's a 20-footer. Like, you see that? This is the worst part about it, right back here. This thing is dirty, man. This is the worst part about it. That right there. But other than that, dude, this thing is clean. What you think? This thing is clean? I'm giving you guys sneak peeks of the other cars. I'm trying not to show too much. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But yeah, This thing I picked up in North Carolina, actually. Let me see. It was my buddy's. He moved to North Carolina, and he had this thing for a couple years. He actually told me that he hit a curb on it, and that's what made those airbags deploy. No airbags deployed in the dash, so I didn't have to replace any parts in the dash. I think this bumper might have been replaced whenever he hit the curb because there's no fog lights. Or maybe those are just supposed to be vents. Those are actually vents, okay. It looks like those would be fog lights, but there's little vent slits in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know, learning more about this car all the time, but I just love how clean it is. And it's about to hit 200. I bought it at like 194. Ooh, that thing's clean. But moving on to the next one, because this is a not so rusty bucket. Let's get you guys back in the rusty bucket we usually have on this channel. You know, we've had a truck on here before, and you know, I needed a little pickup, something for the fleet, you know. So the Danger Ranger. Now, my very first car, my mom bought me a Ranger for $1,000, and what's crazy is it was a 98 Ranger, and that's exactly what year this thing is, and it costed me $1,000 8 years later. Yeah, because I was 16 then, I'm 25 now, so 9 years later. Wow. Still being able to pay $1,000 for a car that runs and drives, that's actually crazy. And this thing has a topper on it, dude. My other Ranger didn't have this side step, so it was just straight flat. You guys know how those things are. I love how it's defined right here with the topper on it. You know, it's not like a full topper, it's just a cover, but this thing, dude, is clean. You know, of course it has its problems. It is a rusty bucket, and this is a true rusty bucket. Let me see if I can get under here. Got that right there. That's the only bit of side rust, so I am happy for that. But dude, underneath this thing is rusted out. I don't know if you guys can see. Probably can't even see. But this thing, let me show you. Let me show you about this thing. Rusted through the floorboards. I had to put license plates under here because that is how bad the rust is. I mean, you can literally see the ground underneath. Look at that. But the frame is not rusted, so that was the thing that I had to make sure of before I bought this thing. Look at that seatbelt rusted out. If this ain't a rusty bucket, I do not know what is. But other than that, thing's clean. Transmission shifts a little rough. Sometimes it sticks in first gear and I just have to put it in neutral, put it back in drive, and it'll shift. It does shift a little rough, but dude, $1,000 for a pickup, I mean, that's a steal. And I don't have the Astrovan anymore. Sold that. That thing had 300,000 miles on it, as you guys know. Had to sell that. $200 more than what I paid. I only paid $700 for that. Sold it for $900. So they paid for half of my title and transfer. So I drove that car for only $200. That was a good deal. This thing never had to transfer nothing. No title. I mean, I do have a title, but it already came with plates, so I can transfer it whenever I want to, but you know, that's a lot of money. And this is just a little pickup. I don't drive this thing at all. It is fun though, because it's got subs in it. Let me see if I can show y'all. Just one, actually. But yeah, guys, I love these Rangers, man. These things, it's just nostalgic to me. This is definitely a rusty bucket. Only 150K on it, on the dash, but transmission shifts rough, so that really doesn't matter. Dude, this Honda, I swear, this Honda will run forever. But let me show you the newest of the new This thing is nice and clean, but there's a lot of stuff wrong with it. Of course. Super duper rusty bucket. Like we have, oh man, look at that rust. Not terrible. These things are known for these back quarter panels and wheel wells completely rusting out. So this being like that is not the worst. But I just need to take this off right here. Probably do that in another video. And then because it leaves this stuff behind, and then I have to go through and buff that out and just remove that. But I did so much stuff to this. This is an 07 Tahoe LTZ. I put the spacers on it. They're not too much, not too big. So I think it just looks about perfect with the rims. Only sitting on 22s. Did this badge black, tail lights, just about everything on here. You see there's rust developing on all of these. And it's funny, this is the opposite. This one is gone, this back one, and then this front one is here. So I gotta take care of that. Thing needs a lot of work. This thing is rusty, but it's clean. And I did the whole front end. I'll have to post a picture of what the front end used to look like. This is my favorite part about it now. It still had the aftermarket headlights when I bought it, but the front bumper was just all scratched up in here and it did not look good at all. The chrome was a little bit broken right here, so I completely redid all of that. And obviously gloss black grille, matte black bumper, which is also the in-between for the grille is part of the bumper, so that's pretty cool. And of course you got the brush guard. Now this thing, Chinese, don't care, guys. Wish I would have the money to buy American made, but you know, these are rusty buckets. So this brush guard was only 250 bucks, I believe, for me to buy brand new. So I went ahead and did that, and I mean, I am in love with the result, dude. This thing is like my favorite. Now of course, love the Honda, the look, little sporty, all that. Daily driver, 4-cylinder. This thing guzzles gas, but when I drive it, dude, I don't even care that I'm spending money. This thing is just mean on the road. The stance now with the spacers on it, plus the brush guard, front grille, everything. Did that black bow tie. I mean, oh yeah, and we lifted it 2 inches in the front, so if you can tell, the front is 2 inches higher than the back, so it kind of squats a little bit, which is fine by me. But yeah, from the side the brush guard looks so good, and from the front is probably my favorite look. I like how it's sitting up 2 inches now higher than it was. It's just a leveling kit, putting an extra 2 inches on top of those shocks there. But yeah, man, I love the hood, everything about this thing. Now obviously it's a rusty bucket. The paint, not the best in a lot of areas, all right? I mean, this is a 20-foot vehicle. We go up 2 feet into that. Look at that. I mean, that just needs, I just need new mirrors. I'm thinking about tow mirrors, because this thing is already like aggressive looking, so I want to go full on truck with it, I think, and just get the tow mirrors, because I mean, it has basically everything else at this point. But yeah, I mean, you know guys, let's open it up. I'll show you guys the interior. And this thing only has 160 on it, which is crazy. I got seat covers for it. You know, we got a couple problems. But yeah, man, I love the black interior, third row seating, you know. The wood grain, I love that. That is my favorite part, actually. The little trays. but how it's just clean. Like, you know, it's just my favorite part about it. Plus the steering wheel, just the whole interior. I love the black ones. You know, the gray isn't bad, but the black to me just completes the fit. We've had everything updated, stars in the roof. I'll have to post a video of the stars in the ceiling because it's daytime right now, but at night, I mean, come on. This thing has everything that you would want, and I paid under $6,000 for it with so much aftermarket stuff already done to it. I got this thing for an absolute steal, but I did a lot of work to it. I'm probably in over 7, I'd say, right at 7. So, but that's with the cost of plating it. That's everything included, so you know, you can't even really count that. So I'd still say under 7. We'll get another video with the limo. I did some upgrades to that you guys already know. I love these black grills, man. These gloss black grills, so clean. This thing needs to be cleaned up though. This whole limo is dingy, dusty, dirty. But man, this thing is nice. I'll do a video of it when I clean it. But yeah, guys, this is everything. Astro van's gone. What else is gone? That Toyota pickup. I don't even think I showed you guys a couple vehicles that I had. A red Toyota pickup just like that, but I couldn't get it to run, so I sold it for the same price that I bought it. But yeah, guys, any vehicle, that Cadillac, that old school Cadillac that I had, that old DeVille, that was rose gold color, sold that for super cheap. So this is all I got now. Does everything. I got the 4-cylinder, the inline 4 Honda that should run forever, you know, if what they say is true. Got that for the daily. This thing for the fun, showing off, whatever, mud, whatever you want to call it. Got the pickup for the jobs, you know. And then we got the party if we need to, you know. The Tahoe can do that, but if we need to pull out, we got everything in the collection. I don't think I need anything else. Yeah, nothing else really comes to mind, so I'm honestly really satisfied with what I have. Now, you know me, I'm always going to be buying, selling new things, so, you know, hopefully it doesn't take me a year to post, and I might have a completely different fleet by then, but this is what I'm going with for now, guys. I mean, come on. Like, dude, I should have these for some more years, maybe some upgrades. I do want to get the tinted and black rims for this, because right now it is really stock, and you know, this saves me money in gas, so I can afford to put some wheels on it, a little bit more aggressive. I think it would make this thing look really clean. But yeah, guys, gonna end the video here. Hope you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, anything. I'll see your comments, maybe comment back. Hope you guys have a good day. Rusty Buckets out.
Niggas know you at. Buy back the block, they tried to close us, but we open that. Stepping over piss in the hallway, I had to go intelligent thugs. My man reading books and selling drugs. Ain't got a hate and bone in his body, he's spreading love. They say knowledge give freedom.